You know, we live in a world that's just obsessed with life hacks and shortcuts for, well, pretty much everything. But today, we're going to dig into a pretty radical idea. What if the hard way is the only way that really truly matters?
Come on, let's be honest. We've all been there, right? You see someone's success, that perfect highlight reel, and you just think, man, I wish I could just skip the climb and get to the good part. It's totally natural to want the reward without all the resistance.
But, and this is a big but, that desire for the easy path, it's a total trap. And if you're ready to find out why, do us a quick solid and hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us keep making these explainers for you. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, so here is the central idea. We're pretty much trained to see difficulty as a problem, something to get around. But what if we've been looking at it completely backwards? What if difficulty isn't a bug in the system, but it's actually the main feature?
This one quote just flips the whole script. Think about that for a second. The challenge isn't some annoying glitch on your way to success. No way. The challenge is the journey. It's the most essential ingredient, not some unlucky side effect.
And this analogy just nails it. Imagine reaching the top of a huge mountain was as easy as walking down a paved sidewalk to grab your mail. Would it feel the same? Not a chance. That feeling of victory, it's not really about the view, is it? It's about what it took to earn that view. The struggle is exactly what creates the satisfaction.
Okay, so if we accept that difficulty is the feature, why does it work? Like, what's actually happening under the hood that makes embracing the hard way so effective? Let's break down the mechanics here.
So it really comes down to three key pillars. First, there's something called the value filter. Second is a concept borrowed from fitness, the hypertrophy of character. And third, and this one's huge, it's a total reframing of what failure even is. So first up, the value filter. Honestly, this is just simple supply and demand. If running a marathon or launching a successful business was easy, everybody would do it, and the achievement itself would be worthless. Difficulty is a natural filter. It separates the people who just want something from the people who are willing to work for it. The value is literally created by the difficulty.
The second pillar is the hypertrophy of character. Now, if you've ever been to a gym, you know exactly what hypertrophy is. It's how muscles grow. You apply stress, you break them down, and they rebuild stronger. Well, the exact same thing applies to your character. Your comfort zone, that's just for recovery. The challenge zone, that's where you actually expand. You just don't get stronger by lifting what's already easy for you.
And that brings us right to the third pillar, reframing failure. See, when you're in that challenge zone, you are absolutely going to stumble. You're going to have setbacks. The easy path avoids all that. But the hard path, it embraces it. Why? Because every single setback isn't a dead end. It's a data point. It's the journey itself teaching you what you need to know. Lessons that a smooth, easy road could never, ever provide.
And this right here, man, this ties it all together beautifully. The point of a challenge isn't just to get the prize at the end. The point is to become the kind of person who is capable of earning it. The process is what forges you.
Okay, so if the hard way is so great, why does it feel like every single fiber of our being is screaming at us to find the easy route? Why do we instinctively run away from the very thing that helps us grow? Well, it's not a character flaw, it's just our basic wiring.
Your brain evolved over thousands of years to do one thing incredibly well: save energy. It's an efficiency machine, so it sees a challenge and it immediately flags it as a huge, unnecessary energy burn. This biological programming, this so-called laziness, is designed to keep you safe and save calories. But in our modern world, it often tricks us into avoiding the exact kind of stress we need for real growth.
So what's the solution then? We've got this ancient hardware in our skulls telling us to take it easy, but all our ambitions require us to push hard. The answer isn't to fight your brain. It's to consciously choose to upgrade its programming.
And this is the most critical point. Every single time you deliberately choose the harder path, every time you lean into that resistance, you're doing so much more than just chasing a goal. You are actively rewriting your own code. You are upgrading your internal operating system to be more resilient, more capable, and yeah, even a little more comfortable with being uncomfortable.
So that's the ultimate takeaway here. Don't run from the friction. Don't try to find a way around it. Embrace it. Because that resistance, it's not what's holding you back, it's the very thing that's going to launch you forward.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Forget about your next goal for a second and think about the upgrade. What challenge, It could be big, it could be small. Are you going to consciously choose, not just for the outcome, but for the person it's going to forge you into? Thanks for tuning in.